What's up, everybody? Welcome back to High Quality Trades, where I give you my highest quality trade setups in the market. Today, 100% free. Holler at your boy. Okay, if you're new here, this is the channel where we go over the highest quality stocks in the market, meaning only the top stocks with the highest market caps make the cut. So, if you're ready to make the highest quality trades of your life, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Okay, first up, we got the SPY on the daily time frame. Today, the SPY closed at 564.86. It reached a high of 565.16 and a low of 562.10. She was positive 0.59% on the day. Okay, guys, let's drop down into the 4-hour time frame and get an intraday's perspective on what price is doing. Okay, let's bring up my lines. All right, guys, so we are holding above the 560 level. Looks like today we did reach up to the 564.77 level, but we could not break it. So if price cannot get above 564.77, then unfortunately we probably will be headed back down to retest this 561.48 support level. And if that level cannot hold, then we will be falling lower, possibly down to 555.70. That is the bearish scenario. But if she so breaks higher, then we can expect this to reach up to the 574 level, if I remember right. Let's drop down into the 2-hour, because ultimately, guys, it looks like we have a rising wedge pattern here on the charts. If we just connect these lines here, let's change this to red. Let's go this low here. Okay, so this is what is known as a rising wedge. It's both bearish and bullish. Depends on which way the price breaks. Most of the time these are bearish patterns, but I have seen them break both ways. If this breaks lower, then we are headed down to 555.70. But if it breaks higher, then we are reaching upwards of 573, 574 in the coming days. That's just what I'm seeing on the charts here, guys. Ultimately, we're going to have to see what the price action shows us tomorrow. Okay, that's it for SPY. Now let's go over some of these day trades I've been giving out. IBM was one I gave out on Monday. Actually, Sunday night. So IBM is ultimately performing well. We did get a break of that rising wedge pattern, like I told you, which put price upwards of 193.32 in the coming days. We needed to break above the 184 level to ultimately move higher, and we were able to do that today. So as long as she stays above the 184.47 level, we should be pushing higher up to tomorrow. This level here, 187.46. If we can break above that level, then we should be pushing higher up into the 190s. So let's see if we can first get above the 187.46 level in the coming days. I like to watch this 15-minute 200 MA. Okay, so when we broke out of our pattern, we remained above it, right? So as long as we remain above our 15-minute 200 MA, then we should be moving higher. Let's see how long this can hold. But if it breaks below, like down here, there's a nullified trade, and that means get out. Okay, so that is IBM. Berkshire. Berkshire is performing extremely well, guys. This one is outperforming. We just go out on the daily. So this one I gave out last Thursday when I noticed the first break of this smaller flag pattern inside of this pennant, and ultimately this giant bull flag. But the flag pattern broke out last Wednesday, and then we've just had explosive moves to the upside ever since then. We did get a shooting star type candle today, so we're going to have to see if price action can ultimately hold above the high of this candle here back from February 26th. As long as we can stay above the 430 level, then we should be going higher up to that 449, 450 level in the coming days to weeks, I would expect. So we remain bullish here on BRK.B. Now let's go over UNH had an explosive move today as well. This one is outperforming just like BRK.B. So last week I did give this one out. I think it was early part, like Sunday, Monday last week. And we'd broken out of this descending triangle pattern. And then we had a trend line break here with the MACD curling over right here, signaling some bullish price action to come. And this one has performed very well. Also, if we look at our 15-minute 200 MA, this one has just been riding up long. We did get pretty extended from it today, though, so we're going to have to see if 546.91, if this level holds as support, or if we drop back down for a little bit. Ultimately, this thing just needs to keep curling upwards. It's the direction that's most important. Okay, as you see, we broke down right here, but the direction of the MA never changed, and we quickly got above it. So we didn't stay under long, and price action performed well after getting back above it. Okay, Adobe. Now, Adobe is the new day trade I gave out this morning. Tried to give it out last night. Sorry, guys, but I was busy. But we did get it out this morning. I was half asleep in the video, but regardless, this is a new day trade for the week. So we have broken out of this flag pattern on the charts. It isn't performing super strong, so we're going to have to see if some bulls come into the market, some buyers, or ultimately this just is some sort of a fake out move and then we fall back into the pattern. I would be watching, the 15-minute MA here. We need this to start curling up. If we break below this, it's a nullified trade. So I did enter in this one, so I'm currently holding it. We're going to have to see how she performs tomorrow. HD also doing well. Guys, this one was a banger. I saw this one right here. I said it had a nice trend line forming on the charts, and then we ultimately got that break. I remember it was like right here when the MACD just barely started to curl over, and this one's just performed well ever since. Sadly, I sold this one way too early, but anybody who bought this one, congratulations on the move. This one's a great stock right now. Netflix does have earnings coming up, and I am expecting a push higher. Ultimately, just because I want to see our some new all-time highs in the market on Netflix. Now, it's not for certain. She could fall way low. It does, I'd be looking for 625 to be hit if it can't hold this level into earnings, but there's a lot of support here. So I mean, the path of least resistance is up on this one. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it for its earnings, but I might. We'll see. I saw AMD performing pretty well today too. Not today, but it was holding that support anyway. This one needs to stay above 174.17 to ultimately push higher. If it breaks 174, then we're probably headed lower down to 168. But there are a lot of buyers in this area. I drew this box just to kind of show we have spent some time in this area. So I do believe ultimately that anybody who's bought in this level is probably going to want to push price higher. Okay, we do got a couple gaps to fill up here too on the daily chart. So let's just see what the price action brings us tomorrow. Let's go over last one, NVDA. So NVIDIA is struggling back down at support, the 125 level. I do see head and shoulders pattern. So this one could be leaning bearish. We're going to have to see, guys. We got that one there. Gosh, if I could draw. Maybe kind of sloppy to see, and I got too many lines in here. But we got the left shoulder head and we got the right shoulder here. So ultimately, I think support is somewhere around 125 level. So if we're underneath the 125 level into the 124s, I would be expecting the low of this candle to get taken out. So 121.40 as a price level. And then if that level breaks, we got a gap here on the daily that needs to be filled still. Sitting at let's see, the gap fill area would be 116.69. It's ultimately the high of this candle here, which is 116.60. So we're looking for NVIDIA to possibly fill this gap if this is a head and shoulders pattern. I bet you, yeah, if we take the head to the shoulder to the neckline, that does put us, it actually puts us down towards the 200 MA here on the 4 hour, but ultimately filling that gap like I was talking about. So could be a bearish scenario here on NVIDIA. If it can hold the 125 level, then I would expect price to get back above 129.92. And if it breaks this trend line, then we're ultimately reaching upwards of the 137.34 level if we can break the trend line. So let's see what tomorrow's price action brings. Okay, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching High Quality Trades, and I wish you the best in your trading. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Goodbye.